We are live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pebble, a startup podcast, which is specially built around startups for deep tech and entrepreneurs who are making the news. I'm your host and founder, Vishal Krishna. Today, we have with me Pankaj and Punith, the founders of Seminarroom. They are an amazing startup simply because they are bringing universities back in contention. In this era where the race to talent defines success, universities continue to struggle to bring subject matter experts to train future leaders and workers. But Seminar Room is solving all that. They're making these 12 million graduates who pass out every year to be trained by subject matter experts and bringing relevance back, which is very important. The keyword is relevance. Hi, Punith. Hi, Pankaj. It's a
Hey
great
Vishal, thank you.
hi. Good to have you here, both of you. I'm in love with your startup simply because of the rockstar sales team that you are and the platform that you built. The problem at hand is very big, right? 12 million graduates every year, and we always write in the press that 95% of them or 80% of them, in many cases, we say are not employable. But you're changing the script, flipping the script, taking experts to colleges through your platform and teaching curriculum. Correct? Correct me if
Exactly.
I'm right or wrong there. Punith, Pankaj, over to you. Who's going to start?
I think we'll,
Punith, go for it.
yeah.
Pankaj, you're going to go for it. Go for it.
No,
We're
no,
still
no, no,
deciding.
Punith.
Okay, Punith, go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Pankaj for sure. In next 5 years, he'll be a tech dada in India. Yeah,
Go for it,
just
Punith.
just to start, Vishal, a story. I was in academics for more than a decade. I have also come with corporate experience. In the last 10 years of my academic experience, I've seen a lot of issues and opportunities as well. It happened in 2017. We used to organize various industry guest sessions. We call it as guest speakers. It was mandatory for me to organize these industry guest sessions at where the previous university which I was working. I was getting both UG and PG department. I'm sure many of my colleagues who might have joined there. We had 1,200 students with us, and we wanted to organize at least 50 to 60 sessions for each subject. But various issues we couldn't bring in these industry experts. One is administrative issues, academic issues, also not getting the right experts. Am I audible?
Go for it. You're audible. Go for it. Go on. Pankaj, you can take over. You're audible, Punith.
Yes,
You can
Vishal.
go on.
So this is where
Go for it,
Vishal.
man.
So this is where when organizing various sessions, I've seen how students get inspired out of these sessions. It happened once, once we had invited a supply chain expert to give a talk, and we call supply chain is a very boring subject.
Yeah, Pankaj, his net is bad. You want to take over? Go for it and tell us what Seminar Room does.
Yeah. So just to take over from where Punith left us, right? This is a story where he had invited a supply chain expert, right? And supply chain being a very dry subject and a very boring subject, this expert was able to inspire the students sitting in that class, right? You won't even believe it. Those students got back to Punith and were like, hey, we'd like to get in touch with this expert and we'd like to see if we can take up an internships. Vishal, you'll be surprised that these students have reached at a very great supply chain positions in some of the big startup names that you're already aware of, right? Flipkart, Myntra, these guys are working there as supply chain experts just by listening to a 1 hour expert talk, right? So also just to correct you, Vishal, not 12 million, but we are talking about 40 million students that are there,
Yeah.
right?
You're basically saying you're targeting everybody from first year. But how many graduates every year?
Yeah, so 15, about
15
15
now?
million. Yeah.
Okay, 15 million. Lovely. Go for it.
Right. So this is where the idea of Seminar Room was born, right? So what we do at Seminar Room is that we create, industry expert sessions around each subject that the student studies during his undergrad and postgrad program, right? For every subject that the students study, we bring in an expert from the industry who's a C-suite professional, founders, co-founders, entrepreneurs, right? To come and tell the students the relevance of that particular subject by giving them the compass of entrepreneurship, career opportunities, and research and innovation, or even guidance on higher education.
How did
So
you guys meet? Very interesting concept. Punith's also back. I hope
yeah,
his network's fine. Punith, that was a wonderful introduction. You know, that the fact that many of the students from that supply chain course have gone on to, larger positions in the logistics supply chain industry. Pankaj
and
completed it, right?
and
Go
yeah,
on.
Vishal, it's not just one example. There are various
Go
examples. This
on.
is
Go
where,
for it. Tell me the
yeah.
examples before I go to the next question, which is about how did you guys get together?
Oh yeah. So 19 is where 17. No, this is where I was helping various experts. My friend said, "Why don't you monetize this idea?" My friend Dr. Chetan, "Hey, you're helping so many colleges because they have good network. Why don't you monetize?" So 17 is where, can I monetize this idea? That is where 19 I quit and
Okay, were
started
you
working.
just doing it just for pro bono at the time?
Oh yes, it was only pro bono because my fellow colleagues are another academicians. We help each other. Academicians are good at helping each other. When difficult times, somebody who's there who can help you is another academician. Always there on the other side. So we used to help each other in connecting this network. Of course, even today morning when I went for a sales, my friend asked, "Hey Punith, I need 12 speakers. Could you connect?" So this is how it started. In 19, I quit. In the month of July, June, July. In fact, before we quit, I had met Pankaj. I had invited for a future option sessions where Pankaj and his friend is my student, who was my student there. We called him to take a session on future and options. Once again, we called him as an industry expert. That is where I met Pankaj. And in June, July 19, I just shared this idea with Pankaj. And of course, I shared with various people. And one person who was very passionate about this idea was Mr. Pankaj, and he joined with me. Of course, if you ask me, one person was there with me, Pura down from last
So
two
thick and
years.
thin, I got it. He was with
Yeah,
you
and
completely.
yeah, for 2.5 years, one man who was with me is Mr. Pankaj, other than my family and some of my friends.
Pankaj, I mean, that's a good segue, right? One is we all talk about the opportunity we're solving, and it is a real problem. Subject matter experts are necessary for colleges. The idea was there. But Pankaj, Punith had this idea. Being a lecturer, he started this. And in your case, why would you join him? He's what is a decade and a half older than you, or something, or a decade
yeah.
older than you. What? And he was your lecturer, I think, and he was lecturing your friends, I guess, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for asking this question. I never asked this question to Pankaj.
Go for it.
So, Vishal, before I got into Seminarroom, uh, my friend who's a student of Punith sir, uh, we were running a small venture in around portfolio management, where we were managing client fund and managing it in the stock markets. And there was a difficult time that we came across the whole Kavi scam, and
Yeah.
a lot of restrictions coming into that business. So in order to float that business, we pivoted to teaching, right? So we young guys, knowing the depth of the subject, we were lucky to be working with large portfolios. So we understood that, hey, we have a knack of teaching finance in in a more easy way, or to show them the real life, that how trading happens, and how portfolio management happens, right? So in that whole process, that's where Punith sir invited us to do a workshop for Jain College students, and that's how it started. That's how our relation began. And the fun part is, right? While Punith sir teaches derivatives, we were the guys who were doing derivatives. So this was one of the very happy moments for us, that sir had come down to office. He's like, "Yeah, बहुत theory सिखा दी. I want to know how derivatives is really done in real life applications, right?" So it goes out to Punith sir, because not a lot of people would make that effort to go down to an office and just be like, "Hey, I need to know more."
I
So
want to do something special here. Okay. I mean, this is interesting that both of you got together, that you want to know more. And that's how he convinced you, or you convinced him that, look, I can be your co founder.
So we the best part is that we had a very cute office space, and we had a nice thinking room and a nice board, because we used to teach there, right? So that's where one of the conversations, one of the days, sir, Puneet was like, "I face a lot of difficulties in doing these workshops and industry expert, but I have great connect also, but I don't have time also, because I'm doing too many things, right? How about we create?" So actually, we were a SaaS product. what was our definition? Speaker as a service and not software. So SaaS was our, tagline of that time. And that's where the idea began.
I like it. So this is what actually, ladies and gentlemen, that they do. They bring great speakers to teach students. And yeah, it is speaker as a service. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Or a lecturer as a service, or an expert as a expert subject matter expert as a service. Brilliant. So that's what you told him?
So that's how it began. And that's how the reason why, cutting to the final part of the story, how we joined hands and, what we realized while we were educating and training so many students in stock markets, and we realized there was so much potential out there building courses and doing that. That's when, I realized the way to move ahead was technology, right? How can you reach to the masses through leveraging technology, right? So considering that we were doing financial workshops, just realized that we were too small, we were too niche to build a great platform out of, that financial workshop. It's doing great today, right? It's doing great as an offline business, but I felt the future was technology and how to inspire more people at one particular time. When we are in an era where technology is so easily available, how can you get it to the masses? So that's where I think a lot of our synergies met, a lot of brainstorming sessions happened, and then, today we are at Seminarroom.
Punith, now, because the audience joining in also or watching it from now need to know the problem of hand. Like Pankaj said, how many universities do we have in India?
We have 993, close to 1,000 universities across India, around 50,000 higher education institutes.
50,000 higher education institutes,
exactly.
993 universities, and these institutes can be affiliated to these universities also.
Colleges are affiliated to universities. Total colleges in India are around 45 to 46,000 higher education institutions which offer degree and post graduation.
And 40 million students.
Yep.
15 million graduates. I quoted an older number, 12 million, but it's gone to 15. How many engineers in that?
So we have at least more than 12 to 15 million students who are into 10 to 12 million who are into engineering.
No, you mean 1 to 2 million? Pardon me. Is it 10 to 12 million? Are you sure?
10 to around 10 million is what engineering graduates are there.
Graduates at this point of time. How many graduate every year?
We have around 1 million. So 10 million students who graduate.
Are you sure about that? But okay, brilliant. Whatever the numbers, it's a phenomenal amount. It's a phenomenal number. So
no, it's exactly. No, it's true because we are preparing for A-series funding, a lot of fundings.
No, yeah, that's great. No, Punith, I wanted to know because 40 million graduates.
Yeah.
Every year, is it 40 million graduating every year or 40 million attending school in the last
Very good question. It's a 40 million overall students who are there in 3 year or 4 year who are there. Okay. Around 80 lakh or 8 to 10 million students who graduate every year. That means
10 million graduate every year.
Say take it as 8 million.
Yeah, but then engineers would be what? How much in that?
Engineers would be around who's graduating would be 2 to 3 million. Okay. We have higher number of graduate tech engineering students.
Okay, fine. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is I saw your startups numbers and they're phenomenal. You've signed up more than 15 to 20 universities at this point of time. You're one of the most cash. I mean, I won't say cash rich. You're generating cash as of now. Sure. You're right. You're bootstrapped. Right. You've just seed funded. Right. And you're really raising the bar in terms of connecting to students. Right. Okay. Talk about year one in terms of going professional, where you had to build the platform. Which was the first university that championed you? What were the kind of subject matter experts that they needed?
Okay. Two institutions which really supported initially was, the Surana group of institutions who really helped us. The GTMT institution, there's ASC College, are the one who really helped us. Also later in the second year, that was, pre-Seminarroom. We were actually, when we started, the name of Epoch before we got funded. But once we got funded, one institution really made us really proud, and we carry that pride today when we go and pitch it to various investors. It's about the KLE group of institutions. We signed up with entire KLE group of institution of Karnataka. So we are in not just in Bangalore, we are in Mysore, we are in Athene, we are in Kanapur, we are in Nippani, Belgaum, Hubli. One of the remote places, we are already reached the remote districts or remote taluks of Karnataka. Also, we are going out of Karnataka. We already have a discussion with DJ Vaishnav College, Marwadi universities at Jaipur, Rajasthan, and Techno India Group. We are in touch with Techno India Group of Calcutta. And we are on 100+ colleges across Karnataka already there.
Okay.
We signed MOUs there.
So you've signed 100+ colleges, and how many universities?
So we have around 8 to 10 university as such as a whole. Now, private universities, yet we are going to onboard private universities in the next scale. Right now, what we onboarded is all about autonomous institutions or colleges which are affiliated with universities.
Okay. Again, I'm verifying the numbers once again for the benefit of your doubt, because I know this can be I'm saying, so there'll be 40 million graduates again.
Yeah.
That means through the life cycle of the college.
Yeah.
About 15 million graduating every year, 12 to 15 million.
No, 15 million engineering graduates, you said. That's 15 million. Overall graduates are around 8 million. That's
again,
80 lakhs.
I'm saying 40 million graduate out of India every year. I think you have to verify that number.
No. 40 million overall
total
students who are there.
Yeah, and that's how many graduate every year, Punith?
I answered your question. 8 million, Vishal.
And in that 2 million is engineering?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, the reason I asked this is because, I was a bit confused about the numbers when you said 10 million engineering graduates, right?
Overall, 4 years.
Overall. Great. Right. And I'm interested in this now, right? Are all colleges in the STEM kind of courses for you? Or is it in BCom, BSc as well? Because you have to talk about people like Pankaj and me. We come from that stream, right? And you're also from that stream, Punith, right? Absolutely. We are supporting engineers, but tell us, how do you balance between engineering students who need subject matter experts and BSc, BCom students who also terribly face this problem of not being relevant for today's world? Who are you helping and how is that going? Pankaj, Punith, play with each other. Tell me some great stuff, because I loved what you're doing. I came and lectured on your platform, and I had a great time talking about writing as such, right, for engineering college students. But I also want to know, what are the type of experts who come in? If you can name somebody, great. Are they all CEOs, CTOs? Are they all CMOs also? So bring those points into. Over to you guys.
Okay, I'll divide this question in 2 parts. Okay, I'll ask Pankaj. I request Pankaj to take care on the experts profile. On the first front, we started with our commerce and management. That's my domain, which I was very well connected with various colleges across Karnataka, not just in Bangalore. We started with commerce and management. Then we went into life sciences. Now we're getting into engineering courses. For example, we are in Sayadri College of Management. We are at the NITE. We are in discussion with NITE. Today morning, we had a discussion with AIT, Ambedkar Institute of Technology, Eastwest Institute of Technology. So we started with commerce and management, we stepped into life sciences, then got into engineering courses. We're getting into journalism, we're getting into law, we're getting into aviation, fashion design, animation. You name any course in the medical, in next, I think, 6 months, we'll be there.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That's all, ladies and gentlemen, just tuning in. They're already in 100 colleges, 10 universities. And that's a phenomenal number. And they're going to take it to what you were talking to me previously, and it's going to be more than 500 colleges by the end of next year or something of that sort.
Oh, yes, we will be reaching not less than 500 colleges by end of March 2023. I think we'll be there with 500. Our target is to upline is 1,000 colleges. Bottom line, okay, we'll have 500+ colleges here.
Now, Punith, I envy you because I see you running around doing sales. You're very dedicated, and that's the way a startup should be. And today you're in a position to say that I generate cash because universities like the model that we're going after. And how's the new education policy or the NEP, right, allowed you to scale up? I think that's the reason why startups like you are now, definitely you're going to go milk the cow, right? It's going to be amazing for you. Go for it. Tell me, how did the NEP change your
Pankaj, you want to answer the question on the expert, then I take this?
Yeah, I think, all right. Anyhow, just to, put into perspective, let's close on the second question, right, on the experts. So Vishal, we've worked our way through really, really hard, going till the last mile, trying to connect to get the best speakers. And, as we progress through the series that we've done, just to tell you some numbers, until today, we've curated about 1,000+ hours of industry inspiration program, right? And our plans for March 2023 is to reach 5,000 industry inspired programs, right? All the streams that Punith spoke about are we are going after, however small, however big, we're getting into universities, we are making sure we find the right expert for every subject that the student studies. If you allow me probably 30 seconds to share my screen and show
Yeah,
you
go for it, man. Go for
these
it.
so we are currently running an induction program, right? And Vishal, I'd like to show you that on a program, right? This is an induction program of sort, just to take you through through Seminarroom in 1 minute. This is a typical program that we try to conduct. It's a 4-day explosive workshop or an induction program where how to make the best of your postgraduate program, to if you take finance specialization, what you need to know, to analytics, marketing, what are the opportunities for you as an entrepreneur, right? How can you build the unicorn during your college days, and the most important, corporate communication, right? Now, to deliver on these topics, these are some of the profiles that are going to be speaking, right? We have an advisor to Ola. We have Suresh Narsimha. We all know about him.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Invested,
him in a bit. Yeah, we'll talk about him in
right?
a bit. Yeah.
Mosmi Dhar, she has extensive experience in HR. She's worked in the biggest brands. PN Bhatta, with his colleagues with large experience in Infosys, started Latlong, a great company that a lot of people should know. We have Ashish Gupta, who's in IIT, MIT, and like IIM. He's at a great role at handling data analytics at Walmart. Rupa Kamath, Turbo Inc., and Usha. So we have all these profiles that are you know great experts, and they're equally excited to be finally telling this generation of the opportunities that lie in the future. So just to yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Just to
I
share,
always
Vishal.
like it. I always like this when you show me the. I mean, I like the way you showed the faculty. That was very nice of you, Pankaj. And that's how they build their own courses. These people, or you're the ones who tell them that this is a subject or credit in the university, and this is what we need you to lecture on. Or Punith, like you said, right? Hey, Vishal, can you run a journalism course on our platform? Right?
Good
That's
question.
an
Good
interesting
question.
thing, right? So how does it happen?
I'll take this question. So we do two things on our seminar platform. One, about for every subject we bring in experts like you to talk about the relevance of why they should learn what they learn. Okay, why they should study what they study, why they should study organizational behavior, why they should study the coding or a Python. What are the futures and career opportunity? When industry experts come and give you this talk for 1 hour, you'll give an entire roadmap and career path for a student why they should study. I'm sure you will agree when I say this. When somebody takes up accounting very seriously in the first semester of BCom or in even the early days, you would end up becoming a chartered accountant or get into a CFO of a great company, right? So even a coding. This is what we want to make an inspired student to love the subject they study. We want to go and help academicians there to say that, hey, come on, guys, this is what the career path. This is the path what industry is giving. Look at the industry, what's happening there. So it's not just 4.0, industry 5.0. Let's go and talk to industry, connect with industry. That's the one. Second, whenever we bring in experts like you to give a talk, for example, let me take this example. Zoho, we had called the director of Zoho Books. After he gave a talk, he said, hey, guys, you're doing great job. Why didn't I offer my course to students? No, could you open this? He said, okay, fine, let's work on it. We had discussion with Walmart. This is where the experts are coming and saying that, hey, we want to hire the best of the students. Can you help us connect with them? Can you help us offer certificate courses for them? I said, okay, fine, let's open it. This is where we're enabling these experts and companies to offer their certificate programs. So to sum up, we do two things on a Seminarroom platform. We bring in expert to inspire students for every subject what students study in their higher education. And second, we bring in best of certificate courses designed by these experts from industry to inspire and connect to the industry.
I love it, Punith. You're a lecturer at heart and a sales guy at heart. That's phenomenal. And Pankaj is that young dude who's like really getting everything going for you. talk about your technology, Pankaj. How did you get to build it? Both of you are non-tech. So how did the technology part happen? We need to explain that as how people can participate in a seminar room, right?
Sure.
I know the business side of it, where you go tie up with colleges, right, and say that we'll bring in the experts and we'll design your courses with you if you want it, or you can give us the course and we'll get somebody to come and speak to you, like speaker as a service. Like,
Yeah.
how did the tech come in place to scale this up?
So that's where, one of the speakers that we just showed you, Mr. Suresh, he came in as a pre-seed investor and the CT of for Seminarroom. And that's where he solved like the major problems that colleges face to conduct these sessions, right? So Vishal, while it was equally important that we spoke about, it was difficult to admin related issues, time, and connecting to the right expert. While we have structurally solved that problem of identifying the topic and the speaker, all their admin related issues. The first being, how to brand these sessions on their social media. That hey, students, we are doing such sessions, and parents hear us out that we are doing these sessions. So getting the poster done, sending links and tracking attendance of students, right? Uh, Feedback reports of students. And the most important is the session summary report, which is used for accreditation purpose, right? These 5 problems, along with finding the speaker, was taking an average of 7 to 10 days for one institute to organize one session. Today at Seminarroom, they can do this in 3 clicks, right? Subscribe in 1 click, download the poster in 1 click, download the report in 1 click. And we have enabled the entire tech that allows notifications and constant reminders to the students and the faculty. So that's how the tech has solved it on the top of it.
This is for the university, right? I come and subscribe. I say, this is the course. This is what I need. And this is the timeline. They give you a lead time, say 10 days, 2 weeks.
So we build the entire topics and the webinar series. And since the inductions are very small and one-time programs, the major ones are the industry inspiration. We do this once a week for every subject that the student studies. So that's technically a 1 hour investment per student per week. And the second thing is, uh, since we do this for the semester, we give them a 1 month prior notice, right? Okay, this is the series we would be running. These are the experts. So while you're preparing your academic calendars, all right, the timetable, you will know that these sessions are happening. So you can adjust your timetable well to make the most of these sessions, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Go for it. Go on. I'm eager to hear this. So it's a platform for universities now.
Correct.
I can come and just subscribe. When you meant they can also get templates, right? I didn't understand that part. What do you mean by templates?
Just
So
to
template,
answer, Pankaj, let me take this question. See, this is where I was heading when I was heading the department. I used to face this problem. All these solutions, whatever we have done, it is an academician problem. For sure, those who are listening will definitely agree and endorse my statement. Even to design this poster, it's so difficult. My dean used to come and ask me, Punith, you're doing so many sessions here. Why are you not communicating this to others? Because today is all about the word of branding, right? Communicating or marketing what you're doing. Wherein, why are you not communicating to parents? Why are you not communicating to X, Y, Z? But this is where I said, fine, okay, let me try to do something on a Seminarroom platform. From there, there's one more problem is about when during NAC visits us. When NAC is a accreditation body, NAC or a UGC, that is where a previous week is what academicians run into getting all these reports. Where is this report? That report, this report. Where is that industry tank report? This is where we want to solve their entire problem on industry expert sessions or also on the certification. Come and say that this is archive. Click here. You can download all the sessions what we have organized in 1 year or next 2 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So they don't even. So say if they. This is the case where this is another business model where I don't want to bring any subject matter expert. The subject's already been discussed. The person has already lectured. Can I just download that lecture? Right. That's what they pay you for also, right? That's what you're saying, Punith.
No. We would not give any such. It's all a live and interactive. Only those who subscribe to our sessions who will get this. Otherwise, they don't get this.
Only obviously universities have already paid for it, right?
Exactly.
They are the ones who are subscribing to this.
They pay
Correct?
for entire package of these sessions.
Okay, and these sessions are designed by you, not them today.
We do two things. Okay, initially when we go, because we want to reduce the entire burden of organizing, also designing topic, we would actually structure the entire program. However, we'll keep it open. Some universities wants to suggest some few topics. We are open for it. We will take their topics and organize for them as well.
Okay, and what is the cost of? Since it's a platform, how much does the university have to pay?
Okay, when I say each sessions, right now we're charging between 3,000 to 5,000, depends upon the various features what we do. But this is for 100 students of one session. When we say
3,000 to 5,000 per student.
No, this is per session for 100 students.
That's amazing. That's what 30 rupees per student.
That's the unit of economics for these colleges is coming down. We are saving their cost to organize this. The price it will come to 5,000 plus their man hours would come up to 10 to 15,000. This is where we're bringing down and telling, dear colleagues, my fellow academicians, you do research, do more study on your classes. I will take care of these things, or subscribe to my platform. I'll solve your problem.
I like what you're saying. You're saying the lecturers themselves can now focus on the larger aspects of delivering the subject matter.
Yes.
But you're saying that there are certain lectures you're saying can be delivered by subject matters in the industry, which is how it should happen also. And I'm glad you said teachers now can focus on research, and from there the research can become entrepreneurship also. Punith.
Yeah.
This is, and it's for 5,000 rupees. It's amazingly disrupting. Can you become a lecturing platform yourself?
Yes, the whole idea is to help in fact three. One is academic institutions to deliver what they want to deliver to students.
I'll tell you why. I will not now. I will say I will launch an online university only, and I'll tie up with Seminarroom.
If UGC give accreditation, why don't? Yeah, let's do it. But
it's
right
possible,
now,
right?
Right now, it's not very permissible as per UGC to give this online.
But I'm saying that's possible, right? Policy never catches up with the ideas.
So,
definitely
Vishal,
it's possible.
I'd like to answer it in a little different way. Is that rather than to really put it, rather than being competitors to academicians or faculties, we are one of the few products that are complementary to them, right? While they're teaching the aspects of the subjects, we are just getting one side of an industry expert to give you a very industry perspective. So that's how students are able to better relate and are better motivated to study, right? So while rather than to be called as a lecture platform, I would say that it's all about, industry relevant.
So yeah, I liked it. I like what you said. I'm agreeing with you. I'm gazing into the future because of the potential, right? I agree with you that lecturers now should wake up and say, hey, I got to focus on research. I'm here for research. I want to benefit from my academic research. Can I help society in any way? Right? They can work with industry experts with Seminarroom, right?
Vishal,
this is fascinating. Go on.
Make it more specific on what is that. Where does the Seminarroom come in? Why universities or professors or students should be interested on Seminarroom is about. See, we want to go and help them 40 million students. For that, we need help of education institution. For that education institution claim, we will help them get accreditation, score report, all these things solving. So there are a lot of issues with what academic institutions are facing today. Let them seriously take care of those things what they're facing. These things we will come and help you at a cost hardly minimum for them, but it's price worth taking our session. Second, to these academicians, they see anytime you will definitely agree, Vishal. Does industry come and talk to academics? There are few people who come and talk to
only for the top tier colleges.
Yeah, why? See, who are the users of the output of the students? It's academic. It's a university, right? Sorry, it's an industry, right? Industry should take responsibility to go and talk to academicians or university. Say, hey guys, this is what I need. This is what industry is not doing. That's where Seminarroom takes the responsibility, saying that, hey, I'll take the responsibility to connecting this, and we want to help these academicians to upskill themselves through this to know what's happening with industry. And the students who deserve some motivation, who deserve this inspiration, Vishal. This is where we want to help academic institutions and academicians and at large students to reach the last mile of the country.
An industry to realize the potential of teaching.
Yeah.
100%.
Right? Yeah, that is what I think is phenomenal. So 4 or 5 things that you're solving there. And I truly think that you can be a large platform, and obviously you're building the technology. Are you hiring at this point of time?
Oh yes, we have a lot of openings, Vishal. On the BD, we have somebody who can join us for a sales and operations. At least we have 10 to 12 positions which are open. Some students who are listening there or some experts who want to join us, they're open. We have the fastest edtech company in India. Count me next 1 year.
Yeah,
We'll be in
you're
top
not
10
going to miss out on that
companies.
opportunity. He's great ESOPs there, right? So, okay, what are your emails? I'll start with Pankaj because guys they're hiring, they want salespeople. Technology is sorted, right? Technology, you have good technology people, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Talk about sales. What's your email ID, guys? Or if any university professor is watching this and wants to stay relevant, wants his college to stay relevant, wants his course to stay relevant, shed your ego, work with these guys, let the industry experts come in. You guys focus on your research, and I'm telling you, you will perhaps rediscover yourself in another way. Pankaj, your email, please.
Yeah, it's very simple. Pankaj, Pankaj, @ Seminarroom. That is
Seminarroom. Got it.
Seminarroom.in.
Okay. And Punith, yours?
I replace Pankaj there to Punith, Punith at seminarroom.in. Very simple. 2 piece.
Okay. Yeah, and it's P&P. It's great. You guys are doing very nice. And I want to ask questions, the audience questions you cannot deny. This is Bharani from Salem who says, can this help rural colleges in any way? Rural or tier 3? I think Salem is a tier 3 city. How can you help colleges in such cities where the standards of lecturing are coming down, right? But job creation is going to be difficult, he says, right? To find jobs for these students rather. And finally, he adds that, the imparting of education in these places is also in, perhaps because Salem, I'm thinking it's in Tamil. So he's saying, how do you help such places? Can you help such colleges there?
Yes, as internet has penetrated to the last
You can
mile of
use
this
his
country.
name also. His name is Bharani.
Yeah, Bharani. So internet has penetrated to the last mile of this country, right? So ours is only a technology. Any college who access on a platform, you can access anywhere. On a mobile, you can access. If you're sitting in a classroom, you can access in case the projector is already there. So it's not just limited to urban colleges. Yes, we are more fit and more important for also the rural India, which is waiting for us.
Also,
You want
just
to
to
expand on
answer,
this further? Rural India is waiting for
yeah,
you. You're going there. Today you're only in Karnataka.
yeah.
Right now, we
Just
are in
to,
Karnataka. Yeah, Pankaj, please.
yeah, just to also answer to a little bit to that question is that we initially majorly built out seminar room for tier 2, tier 3 cities, right? They are the real people who do not have access to these industry experts, least to walking into their colleges to talk to them, right? So this is actually meant for you guys in tier 2, tier 3 cities, right? And the internet penetration allows you to access anything and everything. So uh, given that, and given you have a phone and you have people doing it, all it takes is your commitment to come onto the platform and learn, right? So yeah.
Lovely, lovely.
Vishal, just to
Go on,
answer,
Punith.
add to this. Last 3 months we have organized this for many institutions, especially Keli group of institutions, which come from Mathani, Nipani, Kanapur, and
These are small
are
towns. These are
small towns.
Yes.
Such dedication and their commitment to attend these sessions. I have great interaction with speakers when we love attending the sessions. Please bring more sessions, bring more speakers. We need this connect. I would not say lecturers, the quality of lecture is coming down. Rather, I would say we need help to these lectures and saying that what is happening with the industry. Please take it to students there, right?
So what about the language front, Punith, Pankaj?
Yeah. So Vishal, very interesting question, and 2 quick advancement. Most of our sessions, I would say, are done in English, right? However, we've got a lot of requests for regional languages, and that's where we're sort of trying to raise funds and build an entire team, and build an entire content team to help start catering to regional markets as well. So we are definitely looking in that direction because we are anyways curating topics. We just need to find a more expert panel who can speak in that regional language. So we're at a great spot to be starting that soon.
Okay, this is Shankar from Nalgonda in Telangana region, I think. And he says, how do you ensure that a student has really listened to it? You have trackers. Do you certify them? Can they attend this and say that, okay, I don't want to attend my class lectures? Do they get credits? How does it work?
Superb question. So that's where I'm really happy to see this is how much tech we've been able to solve. We're able to see from the time the student joins to this till the time the student leaves. Even if the student is shuffling tabs, we get a track of what the student is doing. Number one. Number two is rather than keeping it like a boring session or just another industry expert sessions, we have a very exciting quiz at the end of each of these 1 hour lectures that they listen to, right? And these questions are curated about some of the things the speaker spoke and some of the industry facts, right? After the student completes the quiz and the feedback, right, and the system identifies that he's got attendance because he was there, only then they are able to unlock the certificate for that particular session. So the great thing is the students, apart from getting the knowledge, apart from getting connected to the speaker, for attending these sessions, they get a certificate as well. So that's another value add for these students.
So just to add to this, Pankaj's question, see, it's more than a
Shankar.
mandatory.
Shankar is the name guy who asked the question.
Yeah, Shankar, it's more than a making it mandatory like another college or a school. See, we don't want them to attend for the sake of attending or get an attendance or certificate. See, the whole idea of Seminarroom is to inspire you to become an expert, right? So when we do this, we see students actually participating. When you bring an expert, they will start interacting and they start telling story where he could reach and get the high package or get on to become a CEO of a company. This is where they start inspiring. When attendance and students is to help an institution rather than just to measure the what student is doing. More than a mandatory, we want to inspire students. That's a whole goal for honors. Just that's a whole goal for.
What interests me a lot is the major. I mean, I met you 2 years ago, and I saw where the platform. I met you in 2020 August, and the way your team has scaled for the last 18 months is phenomenal, right? I want to know what changed. What was that? Was like you said, Kaylee helped you, and then Suresh coming in helped you. So let's talk about Suresh now, right? He's the guy who's a CTO. He's the guy who's founded Co-Create Peso Venture Labs. They've put in money. How did that seed round? Did that help change you guys? Did that bring perspective? How supportive has that been for you?
Yeah, just to correct, he's not a CTO. He's an investor to my company who takes care of tech.
Great.
They take care of my company.
Great. No, that's not a problem. But he is a techie, right?
He's a techie, yeah.
Okay, go for it. Go on.
Yeah, he's a taker of tech, and he and his team. So that, because one reason is we both are not techies. We are into our domain is in commerce management. We don't understand other than reading, understanding. This is next. This is not. What I understand is front end is next, back end is not. This is the only thing which I know. I don't know exactly what is the language. So okay, getting instead of getting more into the tech. What really helped Suresh is about shaping my idea, Vishal. Why I feel so great about this man. It's not about exaggerating one personality, but this man invests in the pre-seed ideas. Where in pre-seed ideas, we don't have any exposure about how to take decision, how much of investment should we go with X or Y or Z. This is where Suresh give time and mentor your ideas. What should be done? Do you want? In fact, just to share a story, we had invested in a tech website which I wasted some money. Suresh came and said it doesn't work, Punith. Let's build a new tech. He gave me the tech in matter of 3 months. The one of the best tech today what we have. He gave it in 3 months. Not just tech, limited to tech.
No, the fascinating thing about that man is he looks at startups. I mean, he believes in the person, and I think that's his whole role, right? He wants to inspire people to come out and start up. I think that's he's a kindred spirit. Go for it, Punith, you're saying.
Yeah, Vishal, just to share a couple of things on this and just take it on next question is that, see, as an early entrepreneurs, many times we don't know how to take decisions, right? You need mentor. We thought if you have a right mentor as an early entrepreneurship stage, I'm telling you, you will reach success at least half the time or 1/4 of your time. So getting a right mentor is, I'm blessed, me and Pankaj to get Suresh, who took us and got funded, seed funded at Peso Ventures Lab today. And whatever he has reached, the credit goes to him, because he took the idea, shaped it, and made a great business out of it today.
Okay, great. I mean, and you're part of the Peso Venture Labs. Your experience there has been phenomenal, I think. I think the way you guys ideate, I've met you there and I see you there, right? So, take a next question. This is from Suraj in Bengal. He says, do you have you have plans to go to the Northeast at this point of time, because that's a place that's always been ignored. Your platform can bring in all the major tech companies from Bangalore and Chennai and Hyderabad to come and lecture to students in those colleges there. Okay, I think I'll sum up that question. I mean, Suraj probably wants to know, how are you going to expand to different regions? So that way we can make it a holistic question rather than just the Northeast. But I want you to emphasize on the Northeast too, because I think we need to make sure that that's also an inclusive part of the country, right?
Just to answer, and I'll give it Pankaj because I'm answering most of the questions. So, it's also a lesson for early entrepreneurs. We tested this idea where we are very strong. That's Bangalore, right? Our strength was in Bangalore, to these colleges, connect, and we tested this, and we were successful. The next stage was Karnataka. One is you connect through a language, right, and connect through people's network. This is where it helped. I was very shy before I started my company to ask any help. I used to just give, not help.
You can be lying to me. My God, I can't believe this. You are on fire. I've seen you selling. I saw you just selling a couple of days ago to a global GIC, right? A big company, and you were phenomenal. They were like, I actually came in and said, okay, can I come into the meeting? They said, no, we need few more minutes with him. Go on.
Thank you, sir. This is where the entrepreneurship change. You go and ask help from people. Through this help today, we are connected to so many cities and so many colleges, and we are successful in Karnataka. You name the district, we are there, Vishal, within 6 to 8 months. And the next stage is about going outside of Karnataka. This is where we need help from investors to go take it to national level.
You need people. You need to hire people to go sell to these colleges.
We need a BD team to take it to national level.
Just to also
but
tell
you are already
Vishal,
on an ARR of a few crores, right? I mean, but you're saying that still doesn't allow you to scale as fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, go on, Pankaj.
Also, just to add to that, to the question particular to Northeast, is that as we've just got out of Bangalore and into Karnataka, we have also started our initial level talks in Jaipur, in Maharashtra, in UP. And it's just a matter of fact, Vishal, as we get that boost and once we're able to do it, we can be there. I mean, we can already be there, to be honest. We don't have to need anything to be in Northeast, right? As simple. Our platform is available. People just need to reach out to us. If they have a custom requirement, they just reach out to us and we will be there. So we can be there today in Northeast as well.
Okay.
Of course, we're in touch with a couple of universities in Calcutta. Okay. So we're already in discussion with Dehradun, the ICFI. Okay. Dehradun. So for next 3-4 months, we'll be there in various cities, various states as well.
Okay. But for anybody having any query from any part of the country, in fact, I wouldn't even try to restrict ourselves to India. Anybody even outside India says that, hey, we are a college and these are the things. Can you build a
I'm so glad you brought that up, Pankaj. I think this is a global problem. You can help Africa, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think very soon we in fact did have some early out of India requests, right? We still wanted to take one thing at a time because we realized that getting things right rather than just bombarding the market. But now we are at a stage to explode because a lot of things the tech has solved and we are just ready to be there.
Would you call yourself an education company or a data-led company that will allow universities to say that this is how you shape your curriculum? Eventually, you can also go to the government and say, this is how students are studying, right? Is there a lot of data capture? Punith, Pankaj, have you thought about the next 4-5 years? You're a data platform for me, right? You're not just, there are so many platforms that sell education as tuition, but you are making it relevant, right? You're not saying that I'm a replacement to a school or a college. You're saying I can make it inclusive, right? Have you thought about yourselves as a data platform to study student behavior, lecturer behavior, what type of courses? You can make people relevant. Today, we're struggling, the world struggles without engineers knowing Python, right? That's something that you can bring in too. I'm just throwing in these questions. Is it possible?
Yeah, let me answer this question. See, academics are putting a lot of efforts in bringing this industries connect and trying to shape curriculum. NEP, you asked this question, let me take this now to answer. NEP is really customizing and really that's bringing a lot of customization and exclusivity for each autonomous institutions or universities to many colleges. They want to create more autonomous institutions. That's one of you. They build the curriculum and help students. This is where NEP is bringing a lot of difference when it comes to industry connect. And the second thing is that yes, we want to help academic institutions in building curriculum, but I would say academic institutions are doing enough to do this already. This is where rather than supplementing something to them which is already there, or to even just competing with them and say I will create my own universities, I will not take offer your help. You help rather than we want to say that we want to just complement what you're doing, because it's enough first stage. They all, if you help them with the first stage, second and third stage, these academic institutions are the best place to have a partnership and business. They would love, because these guys, even though it's one of the social business they do is that they respect you, somebody adding value to this. That's my answer, Vishal.
Okay, Punith, you're a positive guy. Pankaj is so dedicated, and it's great interacting with both of you all the time, right? What have been your darkest moments of the last 18 months? Punith, I'll start with you because you're at the time when most of us, I have commitments, you have commitments. It gets harder as you get older, right? How did you manage those, and how did you overcome those things? And Pankaj, we could talk about your challenges as well, although your set of challenges would perhaps be different, right? So Punith, go on.
Oh, yes, Pankaj even had a difficult time. It's not that.
Go on, Punith.
It's different.
Go on.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. The reason I asked is how do founders manage that and yet build something that is of value?
Thank you for asking this question, Vishal. I left academics when I was 35. I am 39 now. So it was not easy. I had 2 kids at home. I have elder parents, their health issues. But what made me is that somebody who want to have a family, the business or support family. My sister always supported me. That's my sister, my family, my wife, the entire family supported me to start this business. Just to say that I had saved money to make sure that for 1 year, 2 years I'll take care. I had mutual funds to take care of my investments. So this was a pre-planned until 2 to 3 years. It was not sudden decision to take then, okay, I'll leave my company or work and join. The difficult was about converting this idea into business. One is about the financial difficulties. Any entrepreneur would do this, right? See, I thought I'll be successful in 6 months because I had a great connect. Nothing worked. 6 months.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you raised that. Anybody who knows a lot of people, don't think that when you start up, your network really may not help you. Punith, go for it.
And second, me and Pankaj went to one college and explained about our idea. We were also not sure about. We came back and discussed. Hey, Pankaj, what was the idea here? What did we really pitch? There was no clarity about what we're doing. Third thing is that we're doing so many things. From orientation to placement, we want to go and solve entire academic world problems, right? That see, any entrepreneur is listening, please don't do that. Take up one at a time, one issue at a time. And that's where you can solve the problem. So initially, first, okay, let me share this. Who helped me initially, right? All my ex-bosses helped me. So somebody who have a problem with your bosses, guys, please correct here. This is where bosses' words are always great. My bosses really helped me connecting. They took up a phone and they said to their junior or principal, here's a guy who is coming, take his services, is worth taking, right? And then they sent me.
So you built a social quotient. You had trust. People trusted you.
Yeah. That's early entrepreneurship is all about you. There is nothing. They will not look at product, not look at any idea. It is you what matters initially. Then that's entrepreneurship. Then everything follows, right? That's where initially my bosses, let me name them. Okay, let me name them on a platform in case if you're there. But yeah, there is a long list. It's a very big list. But to name Dr. Sudhakar, who was my ex-boss, and Dr. Vasu, who was my ex-boss at Jain University, who helped me, and a lot of my friends, Dr. Madhavi, who's a professor at Jain, who helped me connected with a lot of universities. The list goes on. So that's not.
Yeah, if you've forgotten somebody, we forgive you. Don't worry. I know what you mean. I know that you're a very positive person, and I know the way you thank me and you keep telling me, Vishal, how can I help you? And I'm saying this, right? If anything, Pankaj and Punith have always come to me and said, Vishal, you've started up. We need to help each other, and they're always ready to help. They've got great ideas, right? That's the beauty of having the network as well. I'm so happy that you brought in that even with your old parents, you still take care of them. Your family supports you. Your sister supported you. Your friends in academia helped you. That's phenomenal, Puneet. That's really emotional and very nice. And entrepreneurship, like you said, guys, is in the beginning, it's all about you. It's not about the product by itself in many cases because people are, okay, especially if you're a first time entrepreneur, more so, right? Pankaj, over to you. I'll probably perhaps close with you, your experiences and your family support for this. How important was this? How did you handle the whole
Yeah.
thing? And I think you make a great team. There's somebody who's in the mid career and now become an entrepreneur. Experience, he brings experience to the table. You bring energy and networking to the table as well, right? So go for it, Pankaj.
So I'd like to talk like very quickly. So before jumping on to seminar room, I I wouldn't say a failed startup, but we weren't able to scale it as much. So I was already down about 2.5 years onto that idea, and today seminar room has additional 2 years. So a total of 4 years just gone into struggle into uh,
Right.
I mean,
I
yeah, right.
understand.
The struggle has been deep, so it's only and only
But
possible because of
but
the
you never
family.
show that. You're so sweet. Every time you manage to smile, man. That's so really. I'm not joking. Puneet, you'd agree with that, right? There's never a time have I seen him dull. So go for it, Pankaj. And who helped
Absolutely.
in that journey? Did your family help?
Yeah, like they were there throughout. And the one advantage that I have is that my parents, we come from an entire corporate family. My dad's been an engineer, my brother, my sister. So they've all had a taste of corporate experience. And my brother and my wife,
Puneet, you want to take over? I think
they
is
have
go. Yeah, go on, Pankaj. It
yeah.
it broke. You said
So
your
they've been
brother.
great support.
You're from
Yeah,
corporate family, right? You broke up for a few seconds. So your brother helped you.
yeah. So they've been like the great support throughout, and yeah, just like to end it there.
It's emotional, isn't it? I can see that already, Pankaj and Puneet, and I feel emotional too. This has been a nice interview. I know we were all nervous before the start of it. I've started up myself. So, seminar room, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a university or a college wanting to be relevant in this digital era and you want your students to know the right curriculum for your students from experts and making your academicians relevant, they can also learn a lot in seminar room. You should go work with Seminarroom, guys. And it's Pankaj at seminarroom.in. It's Punith at seminarroom.in. It's Punith, Punith at seminarroom.in. And Pankaj, Pankaj at seminarroom.in. I
Done.
say this because I have truly been on their platform and I've used their platform. I've talked about writing and how writing builds character. And it was a brilliant, brilliant response for me to be receiving engineers talking about how important writing is. And I truly thank you for that opportunity. I never got to thank both of you. I'm saying this in public, and we need each other. Startups have to support each other. Puneet, I wish you and Pankaj all the best. Seminar Room is going to be one of the most valued startups in the years to come. Keep it going. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching
Vishal,
Pebble by
Vishal.
Co-Create.
Yeah,
Go on,
I know.
Puneet. You can say it. You want to say
No,
something?
yeah,
Go for it.
no, no.
yeah.
Let me thank you, Vishal. You've been so humble. You have been a great support for Seminar Room as well. And I wish you all the best. And thanks for the opportunity. Nobody asked this question till date about how did you start. I think having interviews like this with startup founders, you bring a lot of value, Vishal. My heartfelt thanks and have a great success. Thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Also,
both of
I'd
you.
like to say before on a quick ending note. I know we're done with time. So Vishal, not just that we're trying to solve a problem for faculty, students, and everybody to be inspired, but a lot of startup founders, all the experts that are sitting there, like all of the people that have great expertise like you, right? It's like a humble pledge or a humble request that it's our time to be collaborating and working together to inspire this. So while yes, the business side of it would be to go to the colleges, but just a humble request for all founders. seeing our journey. And it's a nice platform because they get to brand themselves. They get to brand their. I mean, it's a great win-win for everybody. So
No,
just a
we
humble
should get them.
request
We should get
to
all
them.
those founders to come and talk on Seminarroom.
Thank you. And let me take the opportunity. Thanks, Pankaj. I never thanked him for being with me for in a tough times. We're touching a door of success. Thanks
I
for
can
being
see
with
it. I can see the money knocking. I mean, the other day when the GIC came and met you guys and you were so happy, they were super excited. So all the best again, guys. Thank you. It was really
Thanks,
emotional.
Vishal.
It's been an emotional thing for me doing this as well, especially the last 15 minutes hearing your stories and the impact that you're making. So all the best to you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching
Thanks,
Pebble by
Vishal.
Co-Create. See you on Friday at 5 p.m. or perhaps on Friday it's going to be 5:30. I'm on a workshop, so perhaps it's going to be 5:30, ladies and gentlemen. See you all, Pankaj and Punith. Thank you so much.